Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, this Monday, March 31st. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about the Thai government's response to the devastating earthquake that struck the country. Both disconcerting and uplifting tales of people's reaction to the disaster. And a little later, the wider effect and response from ASEAN partners in the region. But before we begin, please, a word from our sponsors, Jay.
This show is brought to you by EC Markets. If you've ever thought about trading in the global markets, whether it be Forex, indices, and crypto, or crude oil, check out EC Markets. They've been in the market for a very long time. They're trusted traders for over 10 years. That's the place to be.
Invest at your own risk, but EC Markets has the tools to get you started. All right, beginning with our very first story, a Bangkok skyscraper has collapsed, and that has triggered an investigation into the company behind its construction. That's right, a 33-story skyscraper under construction in Bangkok collapsed during the 7.7 magnitude earthquake centered in Myanmar, killing at least 8 people and trapping dozens more, and I believe those numbers are much higher now. The building, part of a Chinese-Thai joint venture, was the only one in the city to collapse, prompting scrutiny of its construction and design. Thailand's government has launched a rapid investigation with concerns raised about structural flaws, low-quality materials, and the use of, quote, flat slab construction. The disaster, which has claimed over 1,700 lives in Myanmar, has raised broader questions about the seismic safety in Thailand. Rescue efforts continue as families wait in agony for the news. So this was another big part of this. Some apparently workers were seen storming away with documents pertaining to the construction, doing God knows what, potentially maybe destroying evidence, things like that. So there are tons of eyeballs on this, as it being the only skyscraper that fell. I mean, there are plenty other buildings under construction. Why this one?
That was by far the most viral piece of news and video that was going around the world, really, because people were just thinking, wait, it's a new building as well. How did this skyscraper go down? I mean, there was speculation that some people were saying that there were 4 floors of nothing, just the basic beams. So they weren't. I mean, look. What were they doing? Was it constructed properly? Safety, this and that. I mean, nobody was preparing for an earthquake, right? So.
I mean, but still, it's...
they said started from the bottom. I guess they didn't.
Raises a lot of eyebrows, though, when you're the only one that does it. And then, obviously, there's very suspicious activity behind the management of this construction project as well. So, hopefully, the investigators are able to uncover what exactly happened here, because lots of loss of life, people still stuck in the rubble. There's still rescue efforts going on. Just unacceptable in many people's minds, and I think that is justified why people want to get to the bottom of it.
We're going to move on to our next story, where Bangkok has declared a disaster zone following Myanmar quake. Bangkok has been declared a level 2 disaster zone after a powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar sent tremors across Thailand, causing major damage. The Bangkok governor warned of possible aftershocks and urged public vigilance. A major tragedy occurred in Chatuchak, where a construction site collapsed, trapping 43 workers. Only 7 have been rescued so far. The building was part of a high-profile transparency project linked to anti-corruption efforts, but now faces scrutiny. Emergency services are actively responding, and residents are urged to follow official updates as the city remains on high alert.
And that's the big question, right? Is like, okay, we've had one earthquake. Is there going to be another one? Like, I think that's what, obviously, this is sort of like an ever-present danger that's just like on the back of all of our minds now.
And there are aftershock warnings all the time, and people have no idea of, is it strong, is it not strong, are we going to feel it, are we not going to feel it? People are actually trying, I mean, whoever can is trying to get out of the city as much as possible. I noticed a lot less traffic on Bangkok just this early morning.
Right, yeah.
But even when the tsunami happened, in back in the 2000s, I mean early 2000s, after the tsunami happened, we used to constantly have sirens all the time. Every time there was even a slight shift in the tectonic plates and there was like a little, murmur, the sirens would go out, everybody would run away, and it was like we were doing a tsunami practice every couple of weeks. So obviously everyone is on high alert. With high alert also comes fear and uncertainty. So yeah, we'll try to keep you up to date with all the latest information. But yeah, just do be vigilant out there.
I mean, there was also, it felt like a lot of the warning systems weren't really in effect, right? I felt like
There
a lot of,
were no
like, there
warning
was
system.
nothing going on. So it really
Yeah.
kind of, like, exposed the city for not really being prepared for this kind of event, which, like I said, we got lucky, I think, in the end. And that's just a big old wake-up call to get these protocols in place to make sure people can stay safe. Well, anyways, I'm trying to sprinkle in some of the good news with the bad news, guys. There will be more bad news later, but first, a little bit of good. The Thai military is deploying rescue teams in order to aid Myanmar. Thailand has dispatched a 49-member military team to assist Myanmar after the 7.7 magnitude earthquake killed nearly 1,700 people, with the number expected to rise. The rescue crew, flown in by the Royal Thai Air Force, will focus on immediate aid and assessing further needs. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra also confirmed royal support for Thai victims. ASEAN pledged coordinated humanitarian efforts, while Myanmar's junta made a rare appeal for international help. They almost never do that, so it shows you their desperation. However, rights groups warned aid might be withheld from opposition-held zones, citing past obstructions. On the ground, residents and rescue workers in Myanmar are relying on borrowed equipment and social media pleas for urgent assistance. I believe, look, there are plenty of charities that you can donate to. Myanmar is obviously the much worse affected region compared to Thailand. At the same time, because of the ongoing civil conflict over there, it is a little unclear exactly who would be the beneficiary of these charity efforts, which really sucks, because right now everybody's in a more altruistic mood, but who will be served by these efforts? That's the big question. I don't know.
All right. Well, for now, we're going to move on to our next story, where a family is seeking justice after a woman's death in the earthquake fall. The family of 28-year-old spa manager Mon is demanding answers after she fatally fell from her 13th floor condo during the March 28th earthquake. CCTV shows Mon panicking and fleeing her room, heading towards the lift. Police believe she may have tried escaping through a window, but her sister Rin suspects foul play and questions why Mon didn't use the fire escape. Uncertainty remains over whether the fire escape doors were accessible at that time, and Mon's missing phone and the lack of clear answers have deepened the family's suspicions. They're calling for transparency and justice in the ongoing investigation.
Mysterious.
Disappeared.
Yeah, well, no, they found her. She had fallen to her death, but unclear exactly what the circumstances around it. Honestly, like, in my mind, I would like to think the more innocent way, and that she panicked, maybe jumped from a window, not knowing what to do. The real question that the family is having is like, okay, was there a fire escape? Were stairs accessible? Was she able to get out of the building that way? Because it does seem out of character and a little strange to just try to, like, jump for it. I can understand the panic, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like the building was actively coming down. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on anything bad, anything more than this being an accident, but at the same time, I do believe that this family is owed answers as to what exactly were the circumstances surrounding her death. And I'm sure that she's probably not the only one who wants the answers. Look, a couple of good news stories then to move on to before we get into the ASEAN region. There was a lot of lesser things that people maybe didn't think about during this particular disaster. And one of those things was a lot of people were sitting down and eating lunch, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody was sitting around just enjoying a meal. And then all of a sudden, earthquake, and they have to run out. What do you do for the bill? Anybody going back and paying for all that food they were eating? Well, no. Thai restaurants have largely forgiven earthquake evacuees for fleeing without paying. That's good news. In the aftermath of Thailand's March 28th earthquake, many restaurants and shopping malls have waived charges for diners who fled without paying during the chaos. With buildings damaged and panic widespread, customers left meals and merchandise behind as they sought safety. In a show of compassion, major food groups like Berry, Aviation, Maguro, and others announced they would not pursue payments. Also, Bianca and my friends over at Bianca and Lava, plenty of restaurants decided not to do it. Shopping centers included Siam Paragon and Akan Siam were offered free parking and overnight stays to support affected patrons. The gesture has been widely praised as a humane response to an unprecedented crisis.
I mean, that's what we need. At a time of crisis, we need people to come together. And yeah, these little things, they matter, you know. I mean, even for a restaurant, how are they going to track them down? Are they going to use CCTV footage and like facial recognition to find them? But I think in general, it's a nice gesture, and also like providing spaces for people to park, and also, you know, people who don't want to stay in high-rises building and they just feel comfortable, they just want to get out of there. I think that's a nice move.
Yeah, absolutely. I had friends, I have restaurant owner friends, and they said that a lot of people were attempting to come back and be like, hey, guys, we didn't pay for our meals. And the guys, just calm down. Like,
Yeah.
This is all right. No need. Yeah, very, very nice to see. I mean, not just only that, people were like bringing out free water. I saw massage places bringing out free water all over the place. Everybody was doing their little bit of part, and it was very heartening to see everyone looking out for each other. So love this country.
Well, continuing on some more good news, Thai Airways waives fees after earthquake disruptions. So Thai Airways is offering flexible options for travelers affected by Thailand's March 28th earthquake. Passengers with tickets issued before March 29th for travel between March 28th to April 10 can change dates free of charge. For international routes, new travel must be before April 11th, with fare differences payable. Domestic changes are also fee-free, and fare differences are waived. Refunds are available per ticket conditions and as a one-year travel credit. Now, canceled flights qualify for full refunds, including taxes and fees. Passengers can contact Thai Airways call centers or ticket offices for assistance. Another nice gesture by Thai Airways. Well done to them.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you kind of have to,
Yeah.
don't you? Like, so this is it is good news that they're doing the right thing in this truly unprecedented time.
Yeah.
Lots of people, you know, it's not only that. Like, a lot of people had like canceled flights, things like that. A lot of people started booking flights. Like, many people just got spooked by this whole incident and just wanted to get out. And as you said earlier, yeah, the traffic is a lot lighter today. So there are definitely people still waiting things out a little bit more.
Yeah, and people, I mean, look, and different people have reacted differently. You don't need your condo to be all cracked to freak out. You have just the experience. Yeah, it makes you do things that you normally wouldn't do. So, yeah, there we go.
It's definitely not something I'm used to, so I'm not going to judge anybody on anybody's behavior. Well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for our Thailand section of the news. Before we get into the ASEAN section, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors, shall we, Tan? All right. Well, thank you, EC Markets, for sponsoring the show.
Love EC Markets.
Yeah, it's
my favorite market.
in one of them, yeah. And yeah, because of them, we're able to bring you this show and keep you up to date on all things Thailand. So not only that, all things ASEAN. Let's get into that section of the news. Hold on. Sorry. Crack the neck. I should have done that during the break.
There we go.
Okay, so our first stop is, of course, Myanmar, where there is a bit of controversy over the regime's response to the disaster, as the Myanmar junta continues to bomb rebel areas despite the earthquake's devastation. Now, despite the devastating 7.7 magnitude earthquake that has killed over 1,700 people, Myanmar's junta has continued airstrikes in rebel-held areas, drawing sharp condemnation from the UN. A strike in Shan State killed 7 people just hours after the quake. The National Unity Government announced a pause in offensive operations to focus on relief. The junta, now controlling less than 25% of the country, has increasingly relied on air power backed by Russian and Chinese arms. Human rights groups warn the regime may block aid to opposition-held zones, repeating past tactics of weaponizing humanitarian relief during crises. Scumbag move. I think this should be, if ever there's a cause for a ceasefire and a turn down of hostilities, of course it would be a natural disaster that would be a unifying factor, not what's happening here. Pretty disgusting that the leader of the junta is simultaneously calling for aid. Hey guys, we need help, while also using their resources to continue to attack and bomb rebel-controlled areas. So I don't know what to say. It seems like a bad use of resources in a time when Myanmar is desperately in need of, those resources for more support.
All right. Well, for now, we're going to move on to our next story, talking about a country that we haven't been thinking about during this earthquake, Vietnam, as earthquake cracks over 300 apartments in Ho Chi Minh City. Tremors from Myanmar's 7.7 magnitude earthquake caused cracks and damage in over 300 apartments at a high-rise complex in Ho Chi Minh City's District 8. Residents reported cracked walls, popped tiles, and shaken furniture during the quake, prompting panic and mass evacuations. Though initial inspections suggest the building structure is sound, authorities and the management board are assessing the damage and coordinating with insurers. Cracks were only reported at this complex, built in 2020, and residents have been asked to hold off on repairs until full evaluations are completed. Further investigations will determine the quake's exact impact.
All the way as far as Vietnam, man. So my father was actually in Vietnam. He was in Ho Chi Minh City at the time, and they felt it. They were like, okay,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
It was like they felt it all the way there too. So I think that's something that got forgotten in a lot of this weekend. No buildings really collapsing or anything like that. Not as big a news as it was closer to the epicenter. But yeah, that just goes to show you exactly how big this earthquake was and how widely felt it was in the region. Glad everybody over there is okay. And also, still standing. So relatively good news coming out of Ho Chi Minh City. Hopefully the damage has been assessed and everybody's okay.
All right. We're going to move to our next story, where Malaysia pledges 10 million ringgit in earthquake aid for Myanmar. There we go, some help from Myanmar. Malaysia has pledged 10 million ringgit in humanitarian aid for victims of Myanmar's devastating earthquake, reinforcing its role as ASEAN chair in leading a united regional response. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim announced that Foreign Minister Zamri Abdul Qadir will lead a humanitarian mission to Myanmar, while teams from the National Disaster Management Agency are already on the ground. Anwar emphasized the importance of swift, coordinated action and ASEAN solidarity, declaring that no nation should face such disasters alone. Malaysia's support underscores its commitment to regional compassion and shared responsibility.
Not the only country that is offering up support. Indonesia, Singapore, lots of places are offering up monetary aid in order to help get Myanmar back on its feet, so to speak. Again, one of the big issues is, okay, if we're giving you this money, who's getting the money? How is it going to be used? So a lot of those questions still linger. However, I'm still glad to see at least the sentiment behind these donations and seeing the ASEAN region coming together, try and help out another member in need.
Yeah. And
Anyways, now for our last story, I guess, of the day, and we're taking a break from all the earthquake stuff to give you a more traditional ASEAN Now Thaiger tale about some badly behaving people in, where are we going? Cambodia. Armed carjacker on the run after a Cambodia expressway chase. This is some serious movie level stuff. Police in Cambodia are hunting a dangerous armed man who carjacked two vehicles on the Phnom Penh Sihanoukville Expressway on March 29th. After an initial robbery and shootout with police, one suspect was arrested, but the second escaped, hijacking an SUV at gunpoint. He later forced another driver to flee police before abandoning the car and escaping in Kambol district. Multiple provincial police forces are now cooperating to track him down. The suspect is considered armed and dangerous, and authorities are urging the public to remain vigilant as the manhunt continues. Just hanging on to the side over there, I guess. But yeah, it's a bit of a crazy story. It looks like something out of a movie. Still on the lam as well. So if you see something, say something. Cambodia, hopefully that menace will be brought to justice soon.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand and around ASEAN. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or visit
ASEANnow.com
to talk about any of these stories, as it's the largest Thailand English news forum.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to The Thaiger here on YouTube to stay up to date on all things Thailand, and to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, whatever your social media preference is. We've got you covered, and you can see a lot of content that you wouldn't normally see here on the main channel.
Yes.
For now, what do you say we get into the comments and see what some of the people are having to say?